Hey, friends, this is Rodney.
What's up, fam? This is Lakiba.
What's up? This is Ernest.
Hey to the now, it's Nasha.
And welcome to conVo with Friendz.
Hey guys, I definitely want to talk about today marks the 1-year tragedy of Ahmaud Arbery, who died at the age of 25 while jogging. Let's please keep his family in his prayers and the condolences as well. His mom is actually filing a $1 million civil lawsuit against the policeman because of the incident as well. I don't really know if it's an incident or it's a tragedy, but at the end of the day, it's a tragedy. So Ahmaud Arbery, let's recognize his 1-year death today.
Yes, and yes, continue to rest in power. But also, it's a good thing that came out of this situation. The prosecutor who didn't prosecute him, the officers, she did not get reelected. So again, people, it is power in your voting, and as always, Ernest, thank you for always helping us recognize the ones that we lost.
I always do the sick, shed in, and the death.
Yes. They are all important. They all gave something to life.
Absolutely.
But let's start off with our week, you guys. So, Lakiba, how was your week, sis?
Listen, I had a very stressful but relieving week. You know how times you just have these burdens on your back?
Yes.
And you want to deal with it, but you really don't want to deal with it. But when you finally deal with it, I was so relieved. So stressful in the beginning, but definitely relieving. So my week is definitely ending good.
That's good. What about you, Ernest?
My week has been positive. It's been good. Just, making sure my business stay afloat. New things are coming out next month. So that's a good thing. And, overall, it's been a great weekend as well.
What about you, Nasha?
Awesome. It has been very interesting. I have a new place that's coming. Thank God.
Yay!
With the new house.
Yes. I definitely sent over my last paperwork Thursday,
Nice.
and I'm just waiting to hear back from the owner and get a few more ducks in a row so me and my kids will have hot water.
You got it, sis.
Thank God, yeah. And we're still in the hood, of course, but we're going to have hot water. We're going to have a yard, 2 bathrooms, and God is working.
Come on.
And the car is back running.
Come on, Jesus.
And I do have a new job. I didn't mention that before, but I have a new job. I'm not just sitting at home with my blood pressure all high, selling. I am at a gym, y'all, and I am enjoying myself, actually. I make less money, but I'm actually finding happiness.
Yes. Awesome. That's good stuff.
Yeah, you are looking good. You are doing it. I see you post all the times. And keep it up.
Yes.
Thank you.
And before we get to my week, you guys, all our good friends, if you love this show, you guys, we really need you to rate us. Subscribe to whatever platform you listen to us on, and also leave us a 5-star review. We deserve it. We give you good content, so leave us 5-star reviews. And right now, with us just dropping our latest episode, we reached 100 plays within 2 days.
I love it.
So yes, we want to say thank you, friends, for this.
Thank you, guys.
Episode.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you
good
for
stuff.
the support
and the love.
Yes, but my week was actually good.
Yes.
My book signing went well. My friends
It was amazing.
came out, and it was just very, very beautiful. I sold the most books.
Come on.
Yes.
Coins.
But I love Zane and Moyetta, but girl, I sold the most books.
Out, honey.
Yes, and it was just really nice to meet Zane, and it's just a very humbling experience, you guys. And brag alert, I'm gonna call this a brag alert because a humble brag alert. You can now buy my book, Media World Through My Eyes, at Book Boutique in Atlantic Station.
Love it.
That's major.
That's
Congratulations.
And if y'all need the address, go buy the book. So the address is 260 18th Street, Suite 10110, Atlanta, Georgia, 30363. That's enough about that. All right, let's get the show started on the road.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And this segment, you guys, is called Let's Chat. And this is what I can find on good old Google News. And what's going on Google News right now, I feel like our good friend Nasha would like this. Almost half of Republicans would join Trump party when they took a recent poll. Nearly half of Republicans say that they will abandon the party as it is currently structured and join a new party if former President Trump was its leader, according to a new poll released this past Sunday.
Come through.
At Suffolk University USA Today poll found that 46% of Republicans said that they would abandon the GOP and join the Trump party if the former president decided to create one. Only 27% said they would stay with the GOP, with the remainder indicating they would be undecided. End quote. We feel like Republicans don't fight enough for us, as we see Donald Trump fighting for us as hard as he can every single day. A Republican and small business owner from Milwaukee told a newspaper. But then you have established Republicans who just agree with establishment Democrats and everything, and they don't ever push back. Trump has not yet indicated the details of his political future, but after his acquittal in his second impeachment trial, Trump issued a scathing rebuke of Republican leadership, specifically Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. So you guys, how do you feel about these Republicans who are wanting to leave the Republicans and join the Trump, party, if it is going to be one?
I think that's retarded. I think it's stupid. I think it's very much undignified to try to join another party that a man that basically should be in jail. Why would you try to join a party that, we all know the things that he did. We all know the things that he stand for. So why would you want to stand for that? And I don't want somebody to be behind. I don't never want to be behind somebody that actually did those type of things.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, I really feel there's good and bad in all race, like there's good and bad in politics. These traditional Republicans can be part of our problem, like Mitch, our step cousin Mitch there. It's just like, joining the Republican Party don't necessarily means that you're not for the people. Joining the Republican Party can also mean different things to different people. So it looks like they're starting their own party. It's not going to be affiliated with Republicans or Democrats. So it could be actually a good thing.
Would you join?
I would definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, I would like to see what they're standing for first. So I'm not going to just jump in and be like, okay, well, Trump, just following Trump. Mm-hmm. I would definitely see what they're standing for, what they're laying on the table to determine that. So,
well, I have some
not yet to be determined.
I have some good news for you.
Uh-huh.
Trump tried to block his taxes from New York, and the highest court there is the Supreme Court, and they told that ass no. So he will be in jail. So it will not be no Trump party.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Moving on, and that is the segment of Let's Chat with Google News.
Bye, Trump.
Have a nice day.
He'll be back. He might not be a Republican, but he'll be back.
All right, Lakeith, what's going on your side of the street, sis?
What's up, family? Y'all already know. Conversation rules the nation, guys. And guess what's ruling the nation today?
What's ruling?
What is it?
Okay. Weed. And guess what, guys? More weed.
I'm here for the weed.
Weed. I am telling you, when I read this, I was like, oh my God. So O'Shea Jackson, a.k.a. y'all know him best as Ice Cube,
Boo.
has a new marijuana brand. He getting them coins, though, called Friday Crush. I'm
with it.
Y'all with that or what?
He's not part of the culture no more, so I can care less.
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie to you, sis.
Listen,
I love a good kush,
but I hear it. Tell me about it.
Listen, so according to Ice Cube Instagram post, he has partnered with a cannabis company called, hope I get this right, Kavar Gold, to create his own strand of marijuana called Friday Crush, which is available in California, Arizona, Nevada, and Oklahoma. Again, like I said, weed, and some more weed. What's y'all thoughts?
I think it's a smart move.
Absolutely.
Business-wise, he's a very good businessman.
I think it's a very smart move.
Q,
like a lot of
do you need
people.
some brand ambassadors? I would love to get paid
we'll
to
give
smoke
you a
weed.
sponsor.
I would love to get paid to smoke weed.
What?
That's my type of job.
What? That's not your Ice Cube.
Yeah.
But actually, I've been on CBD. I've been on, and I think I like THC much better. It's just CBD gives me this numb kind of type of feeling. I'm like, is this right?
Not numb.
Wait a minute.
A lot of, if you are a real true weed smoker, a lot of people say we're not the same.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not the same.
It's not the same.
And when I was out Vegas, I was out in Nevada in October, and I'd seen it was kind of weird. By being a weed smoker, I think it's kind of weird that it's out in the air like that. Really, honestly, I smoke weed, but I don't want to look over and see someone that looks like a school teacher beside me smoking weed. It takes all of the.
Well, I mean, they speaking their truth. Ain't that what Republicans want, to speak their truth?
Oh,
Trump?
okay.
That's what you want, right?
But it's
Not when it
just
comes
too
to
much.
weed, she don't.
It's like I don't want y'all to be smoking around my kids, just driving down the street smoking.
Well, where do you
don't get me
smoke
wrong.
at?
In the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. I turn on the vent. Let's like
turn on the
mommy's
vent.
using the restroom. I would be back. Or I go out on the porch. But it's just weird. It's everywhere, y'all. This weed is in stores in jars
Yeah,
here
it
in
is.
Atlanta, and it's CBD, but it's like it's weed, and it's kind of weird. And I'm a weed smoker, but I want my weed illegal. Okay.
Okay.
Lord. So in other words, you're gonna be buying Friday Crush. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm going to be a brand ambassador. I'm going to be getting it free,
You
and I'm
better
going to be
speak into
offering it.
existence.
The next thing, guys, that's ruling the nation, kind of sad, guys. Tiger Woods is hospitalized due to a single car crash in California. It was reported that his car rolled over. According to Los Angeles Sheriff Department, the paramedics and the firefighters had to use the jaws of life to pull him out his car.
That. Yeah, crazy.
glad he
That's
made
crazy.
it.
He sustained serious and multiple injuries to his legs, guys, that require surgery. So please keep Tiger Woods and his family in your prayers.
Definitely.
Yes, we are praying for you, Tiger Woods.
Praying for you, Tiger.
I was so sad to hear that.
That's
Yeah.
very sad. I saw that on the news. It's very sad.
Yeah, very sad. The next and last thing, guys, that's ruling the nation. Y'all always know I'm up on the coins and up on the mortgage. Now is the time for you to buy a house. Mortgage rates are dropping, guys. It's dropped again. And now it has been reported that they have dropped down to 1.98%. If you need a house, you want a house, you better go get you a house.
You better go get Lakiba. That's
You
what's
better go
up.
get you a house.
Then
You better go get you a
Lakiba,
house.
Get you a realtor, Lakiba.
And get you a realtor. Call me, call me up. Go buy now, guys. And that's what's ruling the nation, guys. Because y'all already know conversation does what?
Rule the
the
nation.
nation.
That's what's up, guys.
All right, Lakiba, what's going on with you, Messy Wendy, a.k.a. Ernest?
Well, we have a lot of news today, but I'm going to go quick on these hot topics. Let's talk about, first thing I want to talk about is my good fellow friend, Lionel Richie. So social media is kind of going wild over Lionel Richie because he has a new girlfriend. Lionel Richie is 71, guys. Listen to what I'm saying. He's 71, and his Swedish girlfriend is 30 years old. So people are going crazy because of the age gap. Her name is Lisa Pagaria, and now they've been currently dating since 2014. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, and then he said he want more baby, because I actually recently heard a new interview with him, and he said he want a new baby. So I don't know. What y'all think?
Listen,
Did he settle all those wives he got before he start moving into other relationships?
Yeah, he's divorced. So we'll say that he is divorced.
Okay.
So he's able to date. So what do y'all think about him dating?
She gonna keep him living.
She definitely gonna keep him living.
I think every younger man every older man that is, needs a younger woman to kind of keep that vibe
How do
going
you
in
feel
their,
about
in
the-
their life. I don't care. If he could pull a 30-year-old at 71, hey, do your thing, Lionel. Do your thing.
Get it.
I ain't mad at you.
She gonna keep it up.
I ain't mad at sis. I say collect them coins.
Okay.
Them coins, if you can get them coins, because Lionel Richie got the coins, okay?
Yeah, he's definitely continue working. So big ups to Lisa. I mean, we all in the Lionel Richie in our life. But moving on, Vanessa.
Sugar daddy.
Exactly. Vanessa Bryant is actually did a call out to make meals because of his lyrics. Let me tell you, I actually listened to the lyrics. I thought it was very insensitive as well. What happened was Meek Mills had talked about basically Kobe Bryant in his recent new track that he did. He basically what said is, "I'm going out with my chopper. It's like being another Kobe." What y'all think about that?
Insensitive.
Very
People are just
freaking
so
insensitive.
insensitive.
Yeah.
People are sensitive.
You know what though? What I find very ironic is that when women do anything out the norm, they get blasted, and like Cardi B, the up song, they trashing about that. But they let these male rappers get away with murder, and they say some of the most horrendous and evil.
Well,
things.
he's got torn up all over social media. I can definitely say that. But then he said recently today that he did a private apology to her. So, but I still think it's very insensitive for him doing
Yeah.
this.
And I like Meek. I'm really shocked because
Yeah.
he is a stand-up guy to me.
Yeah.
I'm really, really shocked that he would have done something
And
like
I
that.
even like her light share. She said, "I don't know your music, but I still think is
Yeah,
insensitive.
absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I just think people are just too sensitive because people say stuff out of. I mean, I don't think they say it to hurt it, but they say it to like, catch attention. Like everybody is riding a certain title or a news wave. Like we talk about people all the time, but we don't mean it. Like, come on now, we'll still invite you on the show. So, I mean, it may be rhymed at the time, and he just probably wanted to show some type of homage to Kobe, and it came out wrong.
Well,
You
it
know
definitely
what?
came out
And
wrong.
I feel the way
Though.
about my auntie Whitney talking about she was on drugs. I'm still gonna slap a bitch.
And it may be true. So it was true. It wasn't
So
nothing
should
true.
time go by
It was
before you
true.
make these type of jokes? So that's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it was
Nasha
just,
has a good
last.
point.
It was just
It's too
last
fresh.
year.
It's too
yeah,
fresh.
it's too
Too
fresh.
It's too fresh. Okay,
Yeah.
well, 5 years. Give it 5 years.
Yeah, give it no time. Just
think-
cut it out, Meek. But anyway, talking about another rapper, we're gonna talk about my boy Kanye West. Y'all know I love some Kanye West, but let me tell you about him and Kim. Kim Kardashian officially filed for divorce from her husband of 7 years, Kanye West. According to TMZ, the divorce was pretty amicable, and Kim is only asking for joint custody and physical custody of the children. So, I think that's pretty good. She still want him to be a part of their lives, and
That's fair.
yeah, she's not asking for money or anything else. So,
She don't need his money, and it was going to happen anyway. I mean, it
yeah,
was
I
just
think after the whole
matter of time.
the whole supporting the Trump situation.
But I just can't believe she's coming off like he's making her look bad.
Exactly.
Girl, he picked you up after you did a flick. And you now all of a sudden he's making you look
Did
bad.
a what?
But
A flick.
on her behalf, when he went on that Twitter rant and said something about he wanted to abort their first child, I think that kind of sealed the deal for her.
Right.
Well, I would say this: the Kardashians are not perfect people.
Yeah, I will say that.
And Kanye's not perfect as well. So y'all are imperfect people together.
Right.
But I guess you're gonna be sold to the next highest bidder.
Oh no, not
Whoa.
Kim. Call me, Ernest. Call me. I will still do an
And
endorsement for
Kanye
you.
call me,
Yeah.
I will heal you.
Exactly. Oh,
What happen is they
heal.
run y'all crazy, they take all your money and then don't want to be bothered with y'all no
you
more.
want to heal
Really.
him. But on top of
Have
somebody,
your babies.
on top of somebody who is not healing somebody is the baby. The baby has been accused for basically knocking out his renter's property owner's tooth out of his mouth.
He is very violent.
He is.
Been,
This is so many allegations.
but he an ugly man. I'm sorry.
But
Wait a minute, don't he got an issue with the little Zozo, the little JoJo girl, the Bo Red girl?
oh, he
Is that the same?
This is a different topic, but I heard about that as well.
Who
And he
has
apologized. It was
issue
nothing.
I'm
with
really
I'm
the
tired
child?
of him. I'm really ready for him to go away.
Yeah, so the babies, basically what happened is that he had a a vacation home in Hollywood last December, and the lawsuit owner of the home alleged that it was supposed to be did a contract. It was only supposed to be 12 people that's supposed to be staying in the house due to COVID-19. And he had 40 people at a video shoot.
I don't blame
So
him.
when
this was not in the country.
Yeah, so when the property owners pulled up to the house, one of his team members basically bombarded the guy and said, trying to back him up. He gets out of his car, the baby gets out of his car, and then threatened the guy, say, do not call the police. Next thing you know, the guy's on the floor with his tooth knocked out of his mouth. And now he's basically suing him.
And he should sue that ass.
And even when it's not COVID, in your lease it says only people that should be in this house are living in this house. Is the
Well,
people on
it's a
this lease.
contract that was signed by him saying that only 12 people are in this house, and he had over 40 people.
People love
Okay,
flexing.
but know who you renting to. Like, do you think the baby gonna have 12 or anything?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
All up in Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna say this though,
Ain't
but
gonna be no
that
12 people in
contract
there.
again, what mess people up? The contract.
Yeah.
You need to read your contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't know. And the thing is, he probably didn't know when that guy was going to actually pull up on him and see
Right.
what was going on.
I'm pretty sure the neighbors called.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, they was doing a video shoot. So, yeah.
Mentioning celebrities and houses, Nelly put up his abandoned mansion
I saw that.
for $600,000,
Yeah.
and that's
I
not
don't
bad.
In St. Louis.
I don't
in St.
care
Louis.
because
St.
I'm not
Louis.
the realtor. I don't care.
Oh. Oh.
He didn't call me, so
Well, that's something.
Nelly, hit a sister up.
That's kind of cheap though. He need money.
That's what I'm thinking.
He needs
or
some-
maybe he was
look,
tired of
do he
paying
need
taxes
some
on a
streams?
house.
He probably was tired of paying taxes on
He
it.
needs
Yeah.
some streams.
Yeah, he needs some street. He needs to get that house sold, Lakiba.
Yeah,
he
but
need
he's
more.
getting
That's all you
royalty
gotta do.
checks
That's what
on
he
that
need to
busted
do.
It's
song.
just
He
get
said.
appointed.
He said he's getting
Appointed
that
in
whole,
St.
I
Louis.
think my
That's all
butt
you
getting
have to
big
do,
busted
right?
song.
I can go
He
anywhere
getting
with that.
royalty checks.
He's getting royalty checks on that. So
I don't blame him.
So he's getting money from that new Busted song. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So on the last thing I want to talk about, we're going to talk about everybody. So we're going to talk about Prince Harry. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle officially resigned from all their royal duties recently. Buckingham Palace announced that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who is expecting their second child together, will no longer serve as working members of the royal family. The couple is officially resides in the United States, as we know, and they plan to do a tell-all with my homegirl, Lady O, Oprah Winfrey.
They need to come here and help and do a tell-all right here on conVo with Friendz.
I agree, but they're going to do one with Oprah, and I will be watching it because
I will be watching too.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, one thing I was talking about Prince Harry, he really loves his wife.
He do.
Yes.
And the fact that you are letting go of your royalty, you're not making money from your family anymore. That woman should know she has a very good man.
Yeah, like all his military duties, all his rights are basically strapped away from the both of them.
And that lets you know that Great Britain probably got they racist. That's some racist stuff because you really made your own flesh and blood.
Oh yeah, the Queen made her own. Yes,
the royalty family. Yeah. Because of how y'all treated his wife, and he said allegedly that they treat his mother the same way.
Exactly. Wow. And then the oldest brother is basically mad at Prince Harry for letting go of his title. So.
I'm not mad. F you.
Yeah.
Well, when you in these, back in the day when kings and queens used to marry off, even in some cultures, they pick who your mate is. And if you go outside of that, then you're not part of the family.
And that's what he did. He wanted to fall in love with who he wanted to fall in love with. She is black. She's
black.
Yeah.
Her mama's black.
Yeah, her mama's black. And her dad is
Fitness
white.
lady too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she did some, she actually was in a soap opera one time, a few of the soap operas before as well.
Love is love.
Yeah.
Love don't have a color on it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's all I got for today, guys. I know it's a mouthful, but hopefully you guys got some good intake of what's going on in the world today.
Good stuff.
Yes, thank you so much, Missy
no
Wendy,
problem.
aka Ernest. Now we're moving on to Nasha. What you got on your side of the street, sis?
Hey to the noun. Since it's Black History, I want to share it's still Black History, so I'm going to share some Black History love. Malcolm family is demanding reopening of the murder investigation. Yes, a letter surfaced. Allegedly, the FBI and police plotted and executed the murder of activist and minister Malcolm X. It's been over 50 years since the iconic Black civil rights leader was murdered in Manhattan, New York. 3 men from the Nation of Islam was charged with his murder. 2 of the men have died since, and 1 has been released on parole. Because Malcolm X had left the Nation of Islam, it was easy to frame these men. On his deathbed, a New York police officer wrote, he was ordered to make sure Malcolm's security were all arrested days before the murder of his murder. Wow. That's pretty sad, right? It's sad, it's still definitely going on in certain ways. So it's no real leaders, and you wonder why. Because it's it's a death threat. That's why I'm not going to talk too much on this podcast, because I totally understand that we are being attacked in so many different ways now, and media is the main weapon these days, in music as well. Okay, some more things I want to mention is let's see here. MLK was assassinated as well, but who was the real threat? MLK was about peaceful protesting, okay? MLK was also about coming together. He didn't believe in segregation. Malcolm X was like, you know what? We can stay over here in our community. You know what I'm saying? Just give us our respect over here in our community, And another thing, I would, if these 2 guys was alive and I had if I was following anyone, it would be Malcolm X, because I do believe in what he stood for. You see that? Do you think he would have been a Republican?
He gives me a black Trump. Don't give a F.
I just said that. Do you believe? Yeah,
as far as not being nice, and he was very much no.
He was like, we don't need to sit at your table. Why we keep on begging to sit at a table that was not created for us? And I get the way he thought about life. I totally get it. And it's one thing that I wanted to mention, it was a saying, let's see here. It was a saying that I wanted to definitely bring up that he would say.
Well, I wanted to comment on that real quick, because what What makes me mad with this black officer who is now speaking on his deathbed? Why would you wait 50 years?
That's a long time.
to come out.
I
think he was.
I don't think he was black.
Or he
They just
probably
said
wasn't.
police. They didn't make
Either
it
or.
clear.
I don't care.
Why you wait that long?
Why you waited that long?
I mean,
Right.
he didn't want to be a.
I mean, that's a lot of power. That mean that man was scared for his life. That makes sense. But like, I just hope that Malcolm X fam do justice, because at the end of the day, he's murdered. It will never bring him back. But I guess it'll bring his family joy to find out that they are finally getting the truth.
Yes.
Right.
So Malcolm X was totally against coming together. He wanted respect. At the end of the day, that's something that I wanted to mention as well. And this was one of his greatest sayings that I really, really like. I heard when I was a little girl, and I took it. Maybe that's why I became Republican. Nobody can give you freedom. Okay, let's quit begging for it, guys. Nobody can give you freedom. You know, freedom is something that you create on your own. No one can give you freedom. No one can give you equality or justice. If you're a man, you're just gonna have to take it. If you're a female, you're just gonna have to take it. Like, quit wanting freedom. Quit wanting demanding respect. Like, if respect is not served, don't sit at the table. Period. Create your own.
And the quote made you become a Republican.
That sounds very much like a black thing. And black
But the
people
quote made you become a Republican.
But why
are Democrats. And you got
You want to be
Republican from
a
that?
Republican since your friend Donald Trump was in the office.
That's all.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's the only
So
reason why you want to become a
And
Republican.
maybe I could get
Don't
me
put it
back
on Malcolm
over there.
X.
I'm not gonna put it on Malcolm X, but I
Exactly.
really believe that's what I really love what he stand for. Like, you know, he was like, look, we ain't gotta be with these people. Like, we could do our own thing, you know. But it seemed like every time we do our own thing, it's like, you know, people die. You know what I'm saying? So do they really want us to do it? Do they want us to be a part? They know how great we are. But we're not gonna get on that, because I got some really, really great white friends. So I'm not racist at all. I just, you know, just give me my respect. Respect me as a person, whether I'm white or black, period.
I agree.
I agree
I
with
agree with
that.
that.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. So yeah, it's a lot of single moms raising boys. Like, when should a mom be concerned about her son's sexuality? At what age? You know, how would you react if your son wanted to become a majorette? Should my friend be concerned, guys? No mom want to see their son gay, but automatically when he's like, I want to be a majorette, and he's prancing around, he got more dance moves and coordination than she do. Like, what didn't she do? Then at what point do you be like, okay, son, let's talk about your sexuality? I mean, the son is only 14 years old. He haven't had any type of sexual relationship with a female or a male, because he's not sexual active. But at what point do you sit down and have a talk with your child? I mean, when he comes to you and be like, he wants to become a majorette, that's cool, because guess what? How I look at it, there's fraternity brothers that dance. There's guys in marching bands. There's male cheerleaders. There's male ballerinas. Is our culture too judgmental that they feel that our boys are only allowed to play sports?
Coming from a gay male, you know, it's all type of gay, like it's all type of straightness. I'm not the one to do majorette things, but I am gay. But at the same time, with me being a gay parent, you know, you're going to dress assigned to your gender. You know,
I agree with
if
that.
you want to be a majorette,
That's why I respect y'all.
you're going to wear male majorette clothes. We're not going to put you in those shiny, shimmering things. That's just not me. This is not me.
You're not gonna be showing your ass.
However, if you want to be a transgender, and that's I think transgender and gay should not be the same. There's two different.
And you teaching me that, like,
Yeah.
it's two different
definitely two
things.
different
Now,
things.
if I had a little child who said at 5 years old I want to be a little girl, again, I don't listen to children, because children are children. I will let you wear, you know, neutral colors growing up. You're not wearing no girl clothes. You're not just going to wear neutral colors. And if you still feel this way at the age of 13, we will go to a therapist. I'll make sure the therapist really do an eval, however long they recommend. It's only going to be in there. And once that therapist say, you know what, this is what their children want to do, then I will fully support a transition of a child being a transgender. But now when it comes to this being gay, it's a lot of types of gay. Yeah, some gays just are very manly. Some gays in between.
I see them at the gym.
Some
every
gays
day.
just like who act like Prince. Some gays act like Usher. Some gays act like Mike Tyson. You have all type of gays.
Yeah, I agree.
However, You will not be wearing makeup in my household,
That's coming from Rodney.
and you will not be wearing any girly
Shiny.
stuff. I'm sorry. I have tight pants. It's tight boy
Yeah.
pants. It's a
Tight
lot of
boy
things they can make
pants.
for boys. You don't have to dress like a girl. Does that make sense?
I agree with him.
So
Yeah,
what's
I
your
definitely
friend?
agree
I'm
with
glad
him.
you guys are, because people that's not in the gay world, they're like, okay, well, he's gay, so everybody's a faggot or because they're gay. But you're right. I'm at the gym and I'm seeing guys that's masculine. Coming in. There's masculine and they're gay. And I know they're gay because, they got a little feminine, but they're masculine. Like it'll be somebody I hit,
I ain't mad at you, sis. I be saying the same thing.
They're sexy. Like I was talking
Meet
to
me in the bathroom.
I'm just saying, it's like really, really.
Yes,
So
meet in the
it's like
bathroom, LA
it's a new world. Like so, and let me tell you,
Son of me,
I had
please.
this one particular friend. He dressed as a woman, but he still liked to have sex with women. So it got confusing to me. 'Cause
It's
I'm
some
like,
people that
you're
have
trying to
freaky
hit on me.
kinks.
Yeah.
You're trying to hit on me, and you could transition into a woman. And do that make us?
I have a
lesbian?
question for the
So that-
women. I have a
Make
question.
you lesbian?
I have a question for the.
So if I have sex with you, are we lesbians?
No, I
Like,
mean,
you gonna come out with a?
I have a
Dick
question
is
for the
a tits.
women. Real quick, that we're gonna have to move on.
Right, absolutely.
How do y'all feel about pegging men? Do you think that's gay if your man want to be pegged?
Good question.
Okay, clarify peg. Just make sure you know.
Look, people say clarify pig.
So pegging.
I got a comment, but I want to make sure I'm commenting on what you referring to.
So pegging is
Spoon.
when a man wants to.
Stick me in the booty?
No, he wants
No,
you to
he wants
stick
you
him
in the booty.
Nah, we
his
ain't
booty.
doing that.
Like
We
it's a
ain't doing
strap
that.
on or something.
The
Yeah.
booty is made for one thing, and it's not for sticking.
Oh,
Not on this side. Not on this side. I'm
That's
sorry.
the male pee.
No, we ain't doing that.
I heard it get wet and everything.
No, we ain't doing that. I'm sorry.
And
So
I heard
the
it was a
question's for
nerve
you.
back there that makes you come.
But
so I know
wait, what?
I
It
know
makes you
straight,
what?
I know straight men is not gay.
It's
that,
not.
that
I don't
like
think it's
somebody
gay.
To play
It's
in
not
their,
gay.
You don't think it's
I don't
gay?
think it's gay until a man does it to you. I don't.
Yeah.
And one thing is me being a gay man.
We gonna have
I don't like the fact that men are like in a box, and if you go out this box, you automatically gay.
Yeah.
Gay mean man. Gay is not man who's freaky with a woman or one who's freaky with a man. You're freaky. It's a freak thing, and I feel like that should be respect. Now, if that's not for you, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
So, in the respect of our guests here, I really think this is a great topic that we need to do a whole show on because
do.
for clarification
Yeah.
for everybody, clarification for me, for
leads into
our
it.
listeners and our supporters. I think it's a great topic that we need to talk about it. However, period, it ain't today.
It ain't. You know what?
Pagan ain't today, she said.
You know what, Nasha? But do you have anything else your friend want to add?
I think her only concern was when, okay, you could be a dancer. You're coordinated. Okay, that's what that means. But the only concern when he showed her the dance outfit he wanted, it was shimmery and shiny. And
Yeah.
I think one of the sleeves was off.
No, ma'am.
What?
And he's only 14. I
No.
think he'll be portraying himself. He'll be putting himself
That's
out
too
there.
sexual for
Yeah.
a child.
Okay,
So,
period.
yeah.
Whether it was but
Yeah,
But you
I think
think
it's
about
other
the
outfits that he
majorette
probably can
girls.
get.
the
But
majorette
again, girls dress different from boys.
Yeah.
And again, my daughter wear tight things, but it won't be so sexy where I feel like somebody's going to want to have sex with them.
But question, I have a question. So what is the difference? And I do think we need to take this topic to another show. What is the difference? You are guiding and directing a minor, correct? Okay.
Absolutely.
So if this minor is doing something wrong, you're going to correct that minor, right? So what is the
Absolutely.
difference in correcting the minor and doing whatever he or she may be doing wrong than having them portray as something that they were not born to be? Great question. I know. I be coming with it. I know.
Yeah, good question.
I be coming with it.
So because they're children, then you're gonna teach them to
do
the right thing.
That's where I
Yeah.
was
You
going.
be like, and
But
this
I don't
day and
think
age,
so.
like,
Are we
what is
saying
right?
are we saying gay is wrong? What are we saying?
Yeah, I'm confused. What were you trying to say?
Well, the kid has never said that he was gay.
I will ask my child, what are you?
Yeah.
We
So
can
at
play
this
around.
point,
At this point, yeah.
now
but do you think
the
a child
question-
has the mental capacity as a minor to say, I'm gay or I'm a lesbian.
No.
You know what
think
you
a child
like.
has
I mean,
that?
come on
age
now.
of, like, at least
what do you
13,
find
I would
yourself
think.
attracted to?
Yeah.
Like, are you? Because I think they have
That's
had
the
the sex
appropriate
about.
question. What are you attracted to?
Yeah, I think they have had the question: have you had sex, or have someone ever fondled
Yeah.
with you? They done had those type of questions. You're like, no, mom.
But the question should be, what are you attracted to? I think.
yeah,
and
what do you
then
find
go from
yourself
there.
attracted to? And I'm attracted to people's personality.
That's what he, that
No,
what
do
he
you
said?
attracted to?
That what he said?
That's what the little boy said.
Well, the person could be fluid. I don't know. It could be open.
You know,
go try
we have to bring this topic back.
Yeah, let's go back.
This is
Let's go
a
back.
hot
Topic.
Right.
Let's go back.
We
But
can-
Nasha,
Maybe next week.
Nasha, just close out your segment, baby.
Okay, so I think we're all is well. Like, I think that's what they wanted us to do, so we wouldn't reproduce. And yeah, but it's all good. I'm pretty sure it was always gay and lesbians. It just was more in the closet.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
The
that's what
roaring
now
20s,
it's more.
Yeah.
The roaring 20s for black folks was something else, but it's a whole nother topic.
And even the
Okay.
1800s, what I read. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, men used to wear
Yeah.
wigs.
yeah. So yeah.
It
Right.
wasn't no female actors. So yeah.
All right, so close
Thank
out
you,
your
Nasha,
segment.
for that. That was
sis.
amazing.
Okay. So that's what I have for you. A little touch on Black history, because we're closing out on Black history. And how do you determine if your child is leading in the wrong direction or right direction, and how do you wrap them back around?
Good
Okay.
topic.
Great.
Great topic.
All right, for the hey to the
I
now.
love it.
Great
All
topic.
right.
To the now.
Now we're gonna actually have to speed this up, friends. So the whack ass of the day. We are now in a segment called the whack ass of the day, and it actually go to Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, because Greg Abbott is passing legislation that is really being mean towards gay people. So basically, you know how everything is bigger in Texas. Texas don't like the gays.
Yeah.
So he is just like, now he's charging doctors with child abuse if they are treating any children who want to be transgender. So if you're not
Wow.
18 and you're going to, for
Are you trying
whatever,
to transition?
you're going to
Wow.
get it's
That's
considered
horrible.
child abuse. So yeah, Greg, I'm not here for it, and I think it's very wrong. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this: I don't care what you do, as long as you're not affecting children or hurting animals.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's my saying. It don't
agree.
bother me. I ain't got to sleep in your house. I ain't got to worry about your money.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
you're not hurting children or animals, do what. That's your life.
I
I don't-
totally agree.
I don't believe the child is old enough to make those decisions. Back to like the last conversation too, as well as this one. I can understand why, because the child's not really old enough to make decisions. So if the child's not 18
So
to
you
say if
agree
they
with
wanted
Greg?
to,
So I would say this. So what do we say to every teen mom who got pregnant at 14?
That's true.
So you have got rid of your child because you was 14? So that's the same thing.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Well, now, Lakiba. So that is the whack ass of the day. So Lakiba, we actually have a guest, and introduce this guest. Our first guest is in the house, you guys. Our first guest. You better
the
bring
pearly whites.
Look, you better bring us some listeners. I'm gonna
Right.
be counting. I'm gonna be watching this.
Thank you for
Not a problem. Not a problem.
So Lakiba, introduce our guest today.
So I'm really excited to have an opportunity to bring this young man to conVo with Friendz, because all of y'all know I'm always talking about what? The coins.
You are.
The coins,
The mic check.
because gotta keep the lights on, gotta keep get a bath every now and then, get some food in the house. The coins are important. So today we're going to be talking about Bitcoins.
oh my God.
Some other type of coins, Bitcoins. And so
You mean the scamming coins?
not the scamming coins. We're gonna talk about the coins that's
I
gonna
heard it was the new. I heard it was the new money.
Hey, it is the new money.
It's a new scam of the week. So I can show you on Instagram how many
no,
of them follow
don't
me.
do that. Don't do that.
Bitcoin.
Don't do that.
Follow me.
No.
Yeah.
And I'll be block, delete.
They trying to get us on that. They trying to get us on that new way.
So I hope you can teach us something.
Absolutely.
These not the wrong coins. This is the right coins, okay? And so here to discuss what Bitcoins are is Damon Amin Meadows. He was tried and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. After 21 years and several appeals, Amin was released and became a noteworthy leader in the network marketing industry while educating the masses about assets, opportunities, and cryptocurrency. As the founder of Morning Mothers of Hip Hop, he is dedicated to helping people. Please help me welcome to the set of conVo with Friendz
Welcome.
for the first time, Mr. Damon Amin Meadows.
Welcome,
sir.
Thank you
Oh
for
my
having me.
God!
Thank
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Or if let me know if you don't like it, just don't.
No,
say
I'm
nothing.
wide open. Look, it's an open book.
Question
Man.
is that
Ain't no questions off
He's
limits.
wide open.
Can I know? Because I do want to, but I do want to bring you back to talk about your book. I do want to focus on cryptocurrency.
I wanted to get in that subject I was talking about so
I
bad.
know.
Next time,
Yeah, next time. We
next
gonna
time.
talk
I wrote a
about
whole book
we
about
gonna
that.
talk
Ain't no
about
question.
cryptocurrency
Yeah.
next time. But as far as you going to jail,
Yes.
what do you go to jail for?
I had the largest drug organization in South Philadelphia.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to Philly in June.
I just
So
left it
coins
actually
and
yesterday.
drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So coins and drugs.
I got indicted in 1993. Went to trial, blue trial, got life without the possibility of parole. In 97, I won my first appeal, got it down to 40 years, which is still life with numbers. Then I was blessed again in 2002 to win another appeal, got it down to 24 years. So I
Wow.
did 21 years off a 24-year sentence.
how old are you?
I am 25, saying no.
You're 45.
I know, I said
Every day.
25.
You're
I'll be
very
50 years
preserved.
old July 29th.
You look good.
Oh, you're preserved.
Okay.
Demolition man.
Thank you. I took care of
Like,
myself
oh
in
my
there.
God.
Yeah, I really rehabilitated myself in a non-rehabilitative environment.
I love that.
Okay.
That's what most people got to do.
This is very interesting for me. I guess my question now going to cryptocurrency. What made you want to get into that? And for people who don't trust it,
Right.
break that down for somebody who's not a non-believer in cryptocurrency.
Because I know the government is corrupt. I mean, I'm just being totally honest. Well, you said what made me get into cryptocurrency. When I knew that I can own wealth without them knowing about it or taxing me on it, and it's legal, I was like, sign me up. Because I come from an underground world.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That's smart.
So now when I came home, I knew the drug game was over for me. So when I moved to Atlanta and I seen people in the net, I was like, they driving Rangers and they ain't selling drugs. I'm like, what is this? They selling products.
Right.
I'm like, hold up, I
No
was in the wrong
background check,
product.
no background check.
So I said, well, it was a non-judgmental. I ain't had to worry about me being a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And I know I'm a people person. I know how to sell
And you're a
things.
hustler.
I just changed the product.
Come on.
And then when I learned in the
Ah.
cryptocurrency, I'm like, I was like you. Because my first success in network marketing was gold. I was saving in physical gold. Another thing that is under the radar. But when I found I was just against cryptocurrency, I was like you. I'm like, hold up. What you mean ain't
This is
nobody,
a
ain't no
scam.
CEO? What you mean? I was like, don't get that stuff. You don't know who the owner is, none of that. Until I took what somebody was telling me and did my own research with bank ledgers. And bank ledgers is the same thing as Bitcoin. Just the banks, they don't tell you what's on their ledgers. You go to the bank, that bank account you got, you don't know what they're doing with your money
No.
at all. You just trust the bank, right?
That's very
Right.
true.
Absolutely.
So now, because
Well, they actually do. I was
Yeah.
a former. I worked in the banking industry,
Mhm.
and what they do, they lend out your money. So the bank is making money off of your money.
Absolutely.
So them loans that you are applying for, that's from the bank, like from the
Absolutely.
people of the client.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not the bank money.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, did you know that even when you put money in the bank, listen, you know the bank, you know this. They're by law, whatever, say you have 100,000, they only allow, by law, they only have to have 10% at your disposal at any time.
Yes.
I went to the bank the other day to take out $10,000. They said, sir, we don't have it. I said, what you mean?
Oh no.
Yeah, by law. They only have to have 10, whatever you got in the bank, they only have accessible to you at any time 10%.
Wow.
We about to fight. If you
I
got
had
my
to make
coins.
a
But
date.
you can go to another bank and get it out. But you would have
If
to
they
do
don't
your
have the
own.
amount,
Yeah.
you got to keep going
Yeah.
to another bank, to another. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't mind you putting it in, but when you want to take it out, I don't like
'Cause
people
it's
controlling
loaned
my
out.
money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And most people don't know that. We don't get taught financial stability. We don't get taught about finances.
Yeah.
So this is what made me interested in decentralized. That's what attracted me to cryptocurrency. Decentralization, meaning there's no government that tell me what I can and can't do. There's no person that, I can send you $1 million and nobody know but me and you.
Yeah.
But it also transparency. With cryptocurrency, we know the $1 million is transferred, but we just don't know who. And it's guaranteed to get to you. There's no middleman. You cutting the middleman and you cutting the fees out. See, we've become so spoiled that if you lose your bank card, oh, Bank of America, send me another bank card. I go in there, I'm gonna get me another bank. See, with cryptocurrency, you own the keys, you own everything. So if you lose your private keys, you lost your money.
So it's digital currency.
That's all it is. We really, with our debit cards, that's digital currency.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's centralized, meaning they control it. They know what you spending it on. They know if they're going to allow you to do it. See, we got scared. It's because we've been pampered. So somebody got to control us. They got to tell us when to do this, when to do that.
Monopoly.
Exactly. So why not take the person or that entity out the picture and have control of our own wealth. That's what cryptocurrency was created for. To give the power back to the people. But we so trained, we think it's a scam. You know what I mean?
So
because
How does it work?
Yeah.
That's what I get what you're saying because
Yes.
I come from a banking background, so I understand all that. But for me, for a non-believer,
Yes.
how does Bitcoin work?
Okay. Bitcoin works simple as this. You open a wallet, which is like a bank account.
Okay.
A wallet it's an app on your phone. I use the blockchain wallet. You open a blockchain wallet. It holds all types of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is just one form of cryptocurrency. It's the most popular form of cryptocurrency. It's the most trusted form of cryptocurrency. Everybody from BMW to Kentucky Fried Chicken to Amazon except Bitcoin. If you start going to get this gas station, you're going to start seeing these Bitcoin machines.
ATM machines. as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're incorporated.
Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, just bought
I saw
$1.5
that.
billion
I saw
I
that.
saw that.
Yes, I saw that.
I
because
did
they
see that.
understand
Well-
where it's up. But go back to your question.
Wait, stop. Let me stop right there. So since you said Bitcoin don't have a centralized location, how do you
No
know?
centralized government.
Okay, so how do you know how much Bitcoin is out there, and how do you know who you are buying it from?
I love that.
I like that.
There's only a certain amount of Bitcoin that was ever created. This is what the value of Bitcoin is going to mean.
So they have a founder of Bitcoin.
No. Not a founder. Like it's digital money, and it's only a certain amount of digital money out
It's
there
going to be
in
like
Bitcoin.
400 million only created of
Right.
them.
So now you know this worth. Everything is literally transparent. So now when you say, okay, I mean, give me $15 for your book, I can send you $15. It's called Satoshi. That's like the pennies broken down from $1.
Okay.
One Bitcoin is right now is over $50,000. But the breakdown of Bitcoin is in Satoshis. That's all. See what I'm saying? So now I can send you $15 worth of Satoshis for your book. So now I can just send it straight to you. I don't got to pay no taxes. I don't got to do nothing. I go straight to you. It's me to you, peer to peer.
So one Bitcoin is worth $50,000.
Last time I checked, it was at $52,000.
So what's
So
the
how
word
do I
you
get
use?
one Bitcoin?
Satoshi?
Satoshi.
Satoshi is the breakdown like a penny to a dollar. Like a dollar would be Bitcoin. The Satoshi would be the pennies.
Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
so Satoshis
Okay.
are really $1 in Bitcoin.
No,
It's
listen to me.
pennies.
Pennies to a
See
dollar.
how it's 100 pennies to a dollar.
Yes.
Okay. And a Bitcoin is broken down to Satoshis. So to break a Bitcoin down, one Bitcoin is broken down to Satoshis. So they're in dollars is dollar for dollar.
Got it. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Dollar for dollar.
So the Satoshis will equal up to US dollars. That's the beautiful thing about it. And not just the US dollar, any currency in the world.
So 15 Satoshis is $15 in Bitcoin.
No, $15 worth of Satoshis. Remember, the fluctuation, it fluctuates. So I could say today, like Bitcoin would be 52,000, but tomorrow it could be 62,000 or it can be 48,000.
Wow. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
It's like
But-
the stock market. Is that what you're saying? It kind of goes up and
fluctuates.
down.
It fluctuates.
Yeah.
But what most people get scared of is this right here. I teach people how to earn Bitcoin. So now the fluctuation don't hurt me. Versus you spend your money and invest in Bitcoin, but then the fluctuation go down, you scared. I tell people I like to get paid in Bitcoin. So now when Bitcoin go down, I'm still cool. If it go up, I'm even better. See, it's a difference. And that's why I was explaining with you. I said, we're gonna teach our people how to earn Bitcoin. So now you're not worried about the fluctuation.
I'm still confused. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it's the simple thing with it is you deal with digital currency when you swipe your card every day. It's just Bank of America or Davy Federal, whoever you bank with, is your governor. With Bitcoin, you are the governor.
I get that. So I guess what I'm trying to say again is
How do you
ask
buy it?
again. No. So 15 Satoshis. Satoshis or whatever. We're going to say Satoshis. Let's leave it at that.
No, I
That's
got it.
the
The reason I can't say a specific number because of the fluctuation. See, a dollar is
goes up and down.
it's always 100 pennies to a dollar.
The American dollar is depreciating anyway.
Absolutely. And know what the difference is? The purchasing power with a dollar. It takes more because a dollar's lost so much purchasing power. It takes more.
Okay, as of right now, what is 30 Satoshis? What is 30 Satoshis?
I would
in
have to go
American-
in I would have to look at the market right now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
question,
Yes.
and I know just for the sake of time. So if I go in my Cash App app
Yes.
and I buy some Bitcoins, what is that? Like, how do I know what I got? So if I spend $100,
You can get $100 worth of Satoshi. You'll get $100 worth of Bitcoin. but it's not a whole Bitcoin. It's a piece of a Bitcoin.
It reminds me of gold.
One whole one is 50,000.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
And then
I get that
makes
part.
sense.
So if I only had $1,500, I have just like a piece of a coin.
But that 15, I'm gonna tell you, this
1,500.
is no lie. I started off with $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. In one of my wallets, I have over $60,000 in Bitcoin because of me earning Bitcoin. This is why I promote getting paid in Bitcoin
Got it.
through the company. So now, as long as I don't go lower than $2,000, I'm in the clear.
Got it.
I'm in the
So,
green.
We are all business owners. So
Yes.
you're saying we can get paid in Bitcoins. We can
Apps, and y'all have
Accept.
y'all have a podcast? Absolutely.
Accept Bitcoin.
There's so many people out there. Right now, Bitcoin is the hottest topic in the game because there's no other asset, I don't care if it's Amazon, you name it, that made more money than Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I know the U.S. Treasury is
But it's
trying
know
to-
person.
See, you know
I
what it
can't
is?
wrap my head
No,
around
why?
it because
Because we've
they
been
got a-
who
programmed.
created Bitcoin?
We-
Right.
Where is this person at? Who made this Bitcoin?
Where's Mr. Bitcoin
So
at?
that
No, his name is, well, they say it might be a him or a couple people, Satoshi Nakamoto. That's who the person they saying who created Bitcoin.
So I can create currency right now.
you
So
can get a Bitcoin, get your name. You can create, not a Bitcoin, but you
we
can
gonna
create
do
a
that.
I mean, but I
cryptocurrency.
can create some cryptocurrency and make so many pieces and have people buy it, and I
But
can get
this
rich.
the whole thing is,
Yeah.
what is your coin being used for? See, with Bitcoin, you can buy a BMW, you can buy a Tesla, you can go to Kentucky
house.
Fried Chicken, you can buy an airline ticket. See, this is what makes Bitcoin powerful. This is make Bitcoin just like the money, a medium of exchange.
I do agree with that because
That's all money is, a
I
medium
sell
of
real
exchange.
estate. Not to interrupt you, but I sell real estate, and in one of the listing remarks, I saw will exchange real estate for Bitcoin. And me not
There you
really
go.
knowing anything about it, I kind of like passed by that. But we
Right.
definitely have to have you to come back and
Absolutely.
talk about Bitcoins because this can be a whole entire segment because
How long
it's
you been
so,
doing it?
so
I've been-
complex.
I've been in the cryptocurrency space for about 4 years now.
4 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm talking about, I was totally like you. I'm talking about, I was literally against, because I was selling gold. I'm like, if it ain't in my hand, I don't want it.
So I have a good question for you. So you said the guy who I like butcher names. How did he make it so powerful? Now you can exchange your Bitcoin for Tesla, for Kentucky Fried Chicken. How did he make that direction?
You're really ready for
Enough
this?
people.
I am.
really, man.
2 pizzas. Listen to me. He put it out there on the internet. This is what first started Bitcoin being a medium of exchange.
Wow.
He said, I need somebody to give me 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin.
2 pizzas?
2 pizzas.
He wanted to, yeah.
2 pizzas. Now those 2 pizzas are worth over $100 million because those 10,000 Bitcoins, each of them a piece, are $50-something thousand.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
That
You understand?
is
We need to
a
all
Well,
get
just
lot
think
of
about back in the day.
And
we
make
used
some
to,
currency.
We didn't
Check
have
this out. No,
the
but
US
check it out.
dollar. We used to trade.
You see that?
So if we
medium
had
is
marbles,
exchange.
It's just trading.
That's all. See, that's once you get that in your head, it can be. We can do this. Medium exchange. You accept this, I accept that. A medium exchange.
Yeah.
And
Just
this,
So
the
going
middle
back
part.
like
That's
in the Pilgrims Day
It's the
where they
trust.
traded food and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we're just no middle person, so I like that.
exactly. Because if you think about the U.S. dollar, the U.S. dollar used to be backed by gold, and it used to say on the dollar, payable to the bearer on demand. I got one right in my bag. Now the U.S. dollar, it says federal note. It's an IOU, it's a piece of paper.
Yeah,
It's only
yeah.
a piece
It's
of
not
paper.
backed by nothing but the government saying, you
It's
give somebody that, that's what it's
It's
worth.
monopoly. It's fake.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
But with Bitcoin, it's definitely tangible.
Okay, let me ask you this now. Since I kind of gotta understand it, I still have to do a little bit of research. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Absolutely.
But what do you say about these people who follow you talking about I'm a Bitcoin currency
How do you know if they
manager?
legit? How do you know,
How you know if they're legit or not? Cause I have like probably 60 people right now that I have to block a day.
Yeah, it's a
follow
lot.
me with Bitcoin.
That's the truth. And I don't like that because they do take advantage of people because people are so excited when they get in Bitcoin. So when somebody's like, oh, I'm a Bitcoin expert, they do take advantage of people.
Yeah.
So I would do my research as that individual and see who was successful. Okay, you saying you got people that you can get people with Bitcoin? Let's see you. Because you got to do the research on anybody.
Your
Don't just
resume.
take it from Damon, Meadows. Do the research on what I do.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, I'm going to let you drink from where I drink from. So I'm going to prove to you everything I say. This is coming from the facts that's out there,
Yeah.
not from Damon, Meadows. Because anybody can talk good.
Right.
That's why I was against it. And that's what made me so eager to teach people because I was so much against it.
So do you teach classes?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
How can they sign up for your class?
It's all Bitlosity. We have a blockchain educational course. And we teach people while they're earning Bitcoin. That's what I'm so excited about our people, especially people of color.
I'm signing up. I need me some Bitcoin.
I got a tax check that's coming.
I'm
gonna be over
You know what? I'll let y'all be like for this COVID shot. I'm gonna let y'all go, then I'll go after y'all.
I'm gonna let you know.
Doing it together, all four of us.
Well, in the sake of
financial
time, guys,
freedom.
we're gonna have to wrap this segment up.
Thank you guys for
because we
having me
still
also.
Take the opportunity before you leave to tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. Thank you again, conVo Friendz. I loved it. And I'll make sure I'll get me back on that subject. But you can go to any social media platforms, Damon, Amin, Meadows, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. And I'm definitely open to help people, especially of color, but anybody. They don't just have the people of color. But I know we don't get a financial literacy.
Yeah.
So I'm really determined, especially coming from where I come from. I don't want people to go back. I'm passionate with ex-offenders. Because I don't want nobody to go back to jail.
Got it.
And they come home, they don't have nothing to come home to.
Absolutely.
So this is perfect because that's what you can have. And I know this is a little off the record, but you can have a fine. You can have child support. But with cryptocurrency, it's decentralized. Mm-hmm. They don't know you got it.
I know the U.S. Treasury is not.
Yeah, what's
they
her
don't like
name?
y'all
Because she about to block
Janet.
that.
You know why? Because it's taking the power. You know how much they
can't
raping
tax
us
it.
with taxes? Mm-hmm. Taxes for what?
Yeah.
It's not.
And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying the reality is they're getting over on the people. And Bitcoin puts the power back in the people's hands.
But just think about $1, y'all. We're taxed. We're taxed before we get our money, before we get paid. Yeah. We're taxed when we spend our money, and on everything we buy, we're taxed. So really, $1 is what, 46 cents.
Well, let me say this. Coming from a business owner's standpoint, I have to pay myself to show income. Yeah. And what I don't like is I'm paying taxes on being a business owner. Mm-hmm. Now I'm paying taxes on being the employee of my business. So I'm paying double, and I'm just like, I'm tired of the shit.
Yeah. But a lot of people, that's why it's making cryptocurrency so powerful. Because people are tired. Yeah. They just didn't have an outlet. Now we have an outlet. And this is why these big companies like
So y'all trying to build a new America. Before you go, I have one last question. But you are more than welcome to stay for the ending if you want input. Thank you. What's the most expensive thing you brought with Bitcoin as of today?
S550 that's sitting right outside.
I saw that. I saw the S.
So it's real life. It's not Monopoly.
Guys, I'll be signing up for Bitcoin. I just want to be driving an S550 just like it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, literally 2 weeks ago.
I saw the S. Trust me.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your new life and your preserved life.
Yeah, well deserved.
I appreciate you guys. And congratulations on your book, too.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by conVo with Friendz. I appreciate it.
I'm still kind of sketchy. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm glad I have somebody face to face. I am gonna research you.
Absolutely,
I'm a very big researcher,
and
I want to see. I just want to know because, like, I'm interested.
Yes.
But it's kind of scary, like I said before, when I see everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And I know people got scammed out of it.
No doubt.
So, we had a show talking about Bitcoin scammer.
Yeah, we did. It's real. Yeah, we did.
And so it's good.
I brought the topic up, and I basically was thinking, like, this government is trying to track everything and try to. So it's a way that we can pitch in, pitch in some money and get some Bitcoins, and my friends wasn't with it, so
people think you got to spend $50,000 though. You can spend $20,
but
$50.
Would it be enough?
Yes, you will.
It will, but guess what, you guys? We have to talk about that. We have to close out this segment. It was very good. But like I said, Damon's going to stay with us to help us with our relationship letter. So that's going to be very interesting. Your input on that.
Yes, sir.
This segment is called Business of the Week. And the Business of the Week goes to Punko. That's right. Ponko?
Yes, Punko.
Punko. It's the home to East meet West, where Japanese and Western fare converge. It's straight from the heart, authentically Japanese, authentically Western. This unique fast casual concept aims not only to serve remarkable Japanese inspired comfort food, but to provide and experience an atmosphere that make guests feel instantly welcome. Serving chicken tenders, salads, and sandwiches, tacos, and punko dog.
It's a hot dog.
Fries / sweet potato fries, green beans. It's a full bar, you guys. All items are cooked to order. They also have live entertainment on Fridays at Punko Midtown and Fridays and Saturdays at Punko Decatur. Their locations are Punko Midtown is 915 West Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia, and Punko Decatur address is 312 Church Street, Decatur. Their Instagram is Punko Midtown, and it's PONKOMIDTOWN. It's Punko Midtown. It's because they like us at conVo with Friendz because we're doing great things. They giving all our listeners 10% off at both locations. And the promo code for that, you guys, is Punko Chicken 10. So just because you are listening to conVo with Friendz and we have partnered with this beautiful establishment, you get 10% off at both locations using Punko Chicken 10. That's at Punko Midtown and Punko Decatur.
Yeah, we need to
Where
go
it
there.
get greater.
And we are now coming to the segment called The Letter, read by Nasha.
The Letter. You guys rock. I'm happy I clicked on the recommendations from Spotify. Please help me. I have been with this woman off and on for 4 years. She ends up getting pregnant with our first child. He is now 3 years old. Well, I cheated on my baby mom when my son was 2. I know I was wrong, but shit happens. She hasn't allowed me to see my son in over a year because of it. I would send her money, but she would always return it. She moved 4 states away. This shit is killing me. I don't want to get the lawyers involved because they all want $2,000 or more to take my case. What should I do?
Listen, y'all know I'm opinionated, right?
Yeah, what you about to
Make
say?
better choices next time, man.
You know I'm opinionated, right? What, $2,000? What's that? I mean, this is for the sake and the well-being and the upbringing of your child. If you have to spend $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, $20,000, do whatever you need to do to make sure you are involved in your child's life. Nobody told you to go around and be sharing your private parts with everybody.
But what if you don't got the money?
He got the money. I promise you, he can come up with the money. Ask your mama, your sister, your brother, somebody to let you borrow some money for the sake and the well-being of your child. It's too much. I mean, you can always try to find an attorney that may do something pro bono, but make some type of effort to make sure you're in your child's life.
Do you think it's okay for her to move states to state?
I do not.
Okay.
I do
So that's
not
the problem
think
I
that's
got
fair.
with it.
I do not think that's fair.
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
not fair to him as far as moving state to state with the child. But at the same time, I do agree with Lakiba as far as you got to do what you got to do as far as getting a lawyer or doing whatever. It's borrow the money. I mean, as we know from earlier, get some Bitcoin or something. I mean, we got to do something to make sure you're saving your child's life. So I do agree with Lakiba when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, bruh, yeah, you definitely should make better decisions next time. But you guys weren't married. And like you said, shit happens. Sounds like you're dealing with a scorned woman. Me personally, I'm a mother of 2 children by 2 different men. And I would never, I don't care who he's sleeping with, I would never keep my children away from their dads, period. Even if they don't have the money, I'm not going to use my kids as no type of, if you don't have the money, you can't see your kids. But I'm also, if you're not with me, I definitely still want you to be in your son's and your daughter's life. So therefore, me personally, I could never be so mad that I will allow my baby daddies not to see their kids. Like, I would never put myself in that situation because I don't care who you with, you and your wife, come get these kids. You and your mistress, come get these kids. You and your mama and your sister, come get these kids. Honey, I can't do it all by myself. So I don't know what she got going on, but really, honestly, you might have to take this to the law. You may have to get the law involved on this one, bro.
She made a valid point because obviously he doesn't have the money.
Yeah.
But it is lawyers that take cases pro bono, and that's a case that they would pick up because he has rights as a father. Mm-hmm. So honestly, he should seek legal counsel and literally go and ask public defenders to represent him. Because some like he can go to a lawyer that says he might know somebody else to have a lawyer. And lawyers, a certain amount of cases they have to take every year pro bono. So he can just write it off and the state will literally pay for that case.
Wow.
Most people don't know that.
It's like abandoning.
Yeah,
or
no, most
something.
people don't know
yeah,
that.
You can't just do
make an
that.
effort.
It's like abandoning.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
right.
can't
He
do
has
that.
rights as a father.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
What you think, Rodney?
Well, in the words of Diana Ross, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valleys low enough to keep me from my child.
Right.
And if I had a child, I would do everything in my power to make sure I'm going to see my child.
I agree.
One thing I could tell this young man does, our old man, this man does love his child.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Clearly, for you to write a letter, this really bothers you.
Right. I
And
agree.
I
He said
don't
he
know.
sent money too.
Yeah, and I don't know. You sending $25, whatever, but you're trying to make
Yeah, he's
sure
trying
that
to do
you're
something.
trying something for your
Yeah.
child.
Right.
But you lost me with this $2,000. What that mean? You're not making some money. So with that
Yeah.
being said, I would say I would do everything in my power to make sure that my child is in my son's life. But also, like I tried to tell people before, when you make married grown folks decisions and you want to play house and you don't have a commitment to each other, things like this can happen. So that's why I always encourage people, when you're about to lay down with someone. Now, gay people don't got to worry about this. We worry about other things. You know? But y'all straight people, y'all can make babies. And if if you won't see yourself with this person, you don't want to see us being loyal, make sure you just wrap that thing up. You don't have to have situations like this.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay?
Great advice.
So, Mr. Sir, I hope that this letter helped you, and I'm going to let Nasha give her final thoughts to you.
You may have to get the law involved. And really, you do have rights. Just like our guest and Lakiba said, you have rights as a father. I mean, I don't know what woman in her right mind would keep these kids away from their dads, because I'm a single parent of 2 children, 2 different baby daddies. And if any one of them daddies call or send me some money, I ain't sending nothing back. So I don't know what she got going. She was really, really in love. She's mad. She was, she's very scorned. She was in love with you. But you're a man. I mean, men do things, but I'm not gonna take it out on my child, because right now she's hurting the child. She's not hurting you anymore. It's past you and her, because y'all no longer together. She's hurting the kid. So now she's going to have to explain to her child one day why my father wasn't like, oh, he cheated on me and I didn't never let you see him again.
You keeping that $25 regardless, right?
I'm keeping that $25.
Hello. Definitely not sending no money
I
back.
ain't sending no money back. All this
Exactly.
stuff I do, I'm the full-time babysitter. I needs to get paid. Period.
You need to pay a babysitter, right?
Kids are expensive.
Go buy me some scamming Bitcoin.
That's why I couldn't make it to my friend's book signing, because it's like
Stop
after I
it.
worked all day, y'all, and I got home and see my baby girl looking like a
You
little
needed a
project
babysitter.
child. I couldn't pay for a babysitter, and I was like, let me just sit home and just support them on the internet. So
Maybe she
that's why I
had the
wasn't there.
support though, and I'm thinking from what this letter states that she
could
kind of
pick up
got
and move.
some kind of She
Yeah,
must
she's
be.
sending it back.
If she's sending it back, she got somebody
Oh, we don't
that's
want nothing from
able.
you. You cheated
She got
on
some
us.
support, got a good job. It's
wanna hurt
something
her.
else. I agree.
So, with that being said, friends, if you're in any type of situation, you need some help getting through, or you have any questions, or you just going through something, or you just want to congratulate someone, or you want to propose on the air, reach out to your friends. Your friends at conVo with Friendz got you. You can reach out to us at conVo with Friendz with an S podcast. That's conVo with Friendz with an S podcast at gmail.com.
Oh,
Bye for now.
All right. Thank
love
you,
it.
Nasha.
That was a good letter.
That
It
was.
was. This was a good segment. I want to
Get some
say,
shit happen.
Damon, thank you for coming
Thank
on.
Thank you guys for
Thank
having
you so
convo
much.
with friends.
you know,
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, I
back.
really am. Going to research. Because I just really thank you for coming in, because it really gave me a more calm mind when it came.
and I'm ready to
when
get
it comes
this
to
bag. Come
Bitcoin.
on.
But also, you guys, we know what this time is. We gotta leave, but before we go, we have a couple of cleanup time, or the cleanup woman. So if you want to sow a seed of blessings, and come up with
Keep
friends.
us going. We take Bitcoins too.
No, we ain't taking that right now. So do a little
Take
research.
Bitcoin.
Take everything.
And we take this
But if you
Monopoly
wanna-
money, this green little Monopoly money,
We
we
gonna
take
take
Bitcoin.
everything. Just throw it.
But if you want to sow a seed to come up with friends, you can do so by clicking in the description box of every podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast on. It's a button in there where you can donate money to our podcast. Okay, so let's do that. And also, you guys, if you like what we're doing, you love us, subscribe to us, and give us 5 stars.
Sure.
Please,
And
right.
share.
You know,
Tell your
you can't
friends,
give money.
your mama.
5 stars free.
Yeah.
Share with your friends, your mama,
Yes.
anyone you know that's going through
And
these
even
issues.
go back to listen and put 5 stars on those. As
Exactly.
well.
So wherever y'all, we on every podcast except for Pandora. So wherever you're listening to us, we want to say thank you. And on that platform, give us 5 stars and subscribe. With that being said, hey friends, this is Rodney.
Hey, friends, this is Lakiba.
Hey, friends, this is Ernest.
Hey for now. Bye for now. It's Nasha.
And we are out of this thing. Bye, friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace out. Love y'all.
Thank you guys for having me.